I'm going to be working out question number 2 from the first POM exam. And the problem says, you work for the Treasury Department. GDP is $31 trillion right now, and 100 million workers make $9 trillion in wages. You forecast that automation will increase GDP by 71% over the next 10 years. Simultaneously, the U.S. economy will lose 30 million jobs. For simplicity, assume all jobs pay equally. By what percentage would labor productivity change? Answer to the nearest percentage point. So in order to do this problem, there are 2 things that you need to know. The first is the percent change equation. Percent change is going to be the new value minus the old value divided by the old value. The second is going to be labor productivity. Labor productivity is going to be output divided by labor. So, the next thing we're going to want to do is find what the old and new labor productivity equations are. So, for old, we're going to have 31 trillion divided by 9 trillion, and that is going to get us 3.44. Now, for the new labor productivity, we don't know what the cost of labor is exactly, so we're going to have to figure that out. So the new labor, now, if we know that 100 million workers made $90 trillion, we can do 90 trillion divided by 100 million to figure out that each labor worker costs $90,000. From there, we can figure out how many new laborers there were. 100 million minus 30 million equals 70 million. And so now that we know that there are 70 million labor workers, we can do 70 million times 90K to figure out that new labor is going to equal $6.3 trillion. And so now we can go ahead and find the new labor equation. The new labor productivity equation, because we have the denominator, but we still don't have the numerator. And it says that GDP will increase by 71%, if you can see here. So what we're going to have to do is find out what a 71% increase of 31 trillion is. And so to do that, we would just take 31 trillion times 0.71 or 71%. And we would figure out that equals approximately around like 22.01 trillion. And so then we're going to add the 22.01 trillion to the 31 trillion that we already had. And that's going to get us approximately 53 trillion. And so that's our numerator. So we're going to have the new labor productivity is going to be 53 trillion divided by 6.3 trillion, and we're going to get 8.414. And so from there now we can go to the percent change equation. And so percent change is going to be the new, which is 8.414, minus the old, which is 3.44, divided by 3.44. And so then when you input that into the calculator, let's see, 8.414 minus 3.44, you get 4.974 divided by 3.44, and you get 1.44. And that actually equals 144% increase. And so, yeah, essentially what that means is that they were able to be way more productive with less people.